Hi, and welcome to another episode of Hot Takes with me, the Silver Fox. And as you can tell, this one is about Stranger Things. Well, why not? We only have 7 days to go. 7 long, long days. I can't wait. But what are we waiting for? Well, this is a mystery. We know there's 9 episodes, but we weren't aware of what was dropping when. We knew it was a split season, with some episodes dropping next Friday and then some 5 weeks later after that. Well, it's a very odd mix, and we'll come to that in a moment. So we're going to take a look at the episodes and how they drop, but then we're also going to take a look at some of the sort of direction that the series is taking. So there's 2 articles, but it's still going to be a quickish video. But yeah, excitement mounts. I'm going to try and do something every couple of days, bring it in, keep that momentum going. So do stick with it. Let's see how it goes. And then next Friday, we can all truly get our teeth into it. Literally. Anyway, I'll put myself into the corner. We'll have a look at this first article. And this is from Screen Rant. It is from Screen Rant. I had to check. 2 articles, and I'll have to Screen Rant one up first. So, here goes. So, as I mentioned, they're going to find out now how the episode split is occurring. And we know it's 9 episodes. That's been known for quite some time. But everyone was kind of thinking it would be 4 and 5, or it might be 5 and 4. Well, nothing of the kind. Let's go in and have a look. Stranger Things Season 4, number of episodes in Part 1 revealed. Netflix reveals the number of episodes Stranger Things Season 4 Part 1 will include, as well as how many Part 2 will have in its July premiere. And there's a picture of Dustin and Michael. They are so growing up now, aren't they? It's getting increasingly hard to keep them looking young. Anyway, Stranger Things Season 4 is set to be the biggest yet. Well, it absolutely is. It's $30 million an episode. I mean, wow. Now, a lot of that will be CGI work, but not $30 million worth. So it's going to be visually, fantastic, I think. So anyway, and it's divided into 2 parts, and now Netflix is revealing how many episodes the impending Part 1 will include. Created by the Duffer Brothers, the sci-fi horror series is set in the fictional town of Hawkins, Indiana during the mid-80s and centres on a group of young friends as they find themselves wrapped up in a battling monstrous threats from the alternate dimension known as the Upside Down. Millie Bobby Brown leads the ensemble cast of Stranger Things alongside Winona Ryder, David Harbour, Finn Wolfhard, Gaten Matarazzo, Caleb McLaughlin, Noah Schnapp, Sadie Sink, Natalie Dyer, Charlie Heaton, Joe Keery and Maya Hawke. Picking up 6 months after the Season 3 finale, Stranger Things Season 4 will find the young group separated, as Eleven, now living with the Byers after the seeming death of Hopper, is struggling to navigate her high school life without her powers and without Mike, both of whom confess their love for each other in the Season 3 finale. But the Season 3 was more of a soap opera. It was more concentrating on the private lives. And yeah, I know it got to the end, there was the spidery thing and the zombie-ish like things. But yeah, it wasn't as dark. It was very 80s. It was the most 80s, I think. Especially the Star Court with the bright colours. But that's like that's the last light before they're going into the dark, because Season 4 is going to be so dark. Anyway, the new season will also find Hopper to still be alive and held captive in a Russian prison camp, which we've seen in the trailers, so no spoiler there. If you've seen the trailer, you know he's alive. This is where the prisoners are tormented and killed with captive demogorgons, and they're struggling to escape. All the while, a horrifying new supernatural threat surfaces, requiring everyone to come back together. After nearly 3 years of waiting, Stranger Things Season 4 is right around the corner, and now audiences are getting some insight into how the mammoth new season is being split up. It is a mammoth season, 9 episodes, but the episodes themselves also are longer, so there's more story there. But it's a very odd split. So with just a week remaining until its premiere, Netflix has revealed the release schedules for Stranger Things Season 4 Parts 1 and 2. Labelled as Volume 1, the first half of the new series. Half is a very strong word in this case. The first part would be more accurate. Of the new season, of the series, will feature 7 episodes, while the second half, labelled Volume 2, will comprise of episodes 8 and 9. Stranger Things Season 4 Volume 1 is set to premiere on May the 27th, the same day as Obi-Wan Kenobi, but Obi-Wan will be taking very much the back seat. We've got 7 episodes of this to get through on that Friday. And Volume 2 is slated to premiere on July the 1st. And that's a long gap in between. I mean, it's not, it's a month, but it's like a long gap when you're desperate to know what's happening. Anyway, news of the episode counts for Stranger Things Season 4 Parts 1 and 2 comes shortly after it was revealed that the larger new season would include 2 feature-length episodes, namely the Season 4 finale, which clocks in at over 2 hours long. Given Part 2 of Season 4 is only set to include the 8th and 9th episode of the season, it's safe to say that the former is the other movie-length episode made for the new season. Additionally, with the 2 extended episodes essentially combining for roughly 4 hours worth of content, it makes sense Netflix would elect to release only 2 episodes in Stranger Things Season 4 Part 2, rather than attempt an even split. Well, you could make it even by runtime, I suppose, if you did a 3, so 7, 8, 9. No, what? Or, better still, or best, release them all. Anyway, though anticipation has been high for Stranger Things Season 4's premiere after a nearly 3-year hiatus between it and Season 3, the new season found itself in an interesting bit of turmoil this week. I did a video on this yesterday about the upcoming Monopoly game, where all the sort of the take chance and community chest cards and whatever, and they spoilt them. They had spoilers all through it on the cards, which I didn't look at. I caught one right at the beginning of a video, and I went, no. I had the self-awareness to stop looking, because I want to remain pure. I want to remain virginal as far as Season 4 is concerned, and I have to not, and really control myself, because I really want to look, but on the other hand, I know, no, don't do that, because you will spoil it for yourself, and it's just stupid. So, guys, if you come across a video, come across anything, don't be tempted. I know it's tempting, but don't do it. Don't do it. Anyway, the Duffer Brothers are reportedly upset, not only about the leaks, but about the game itself, as insiders have reported they weren't even consulted about it, with the two valuing keeping the show's secrets as close to the chest as possible. Audiences won't have to dodge any potential spoilers much longer, as Stranger Things Season 4 Part 1 is set to premiere next week, Friday. So, 7 days to go, and we know it's coming, and it's going to be 7 episodes and 2 episodes. So that's the first part of this video out of the way. And I'm glad, I'm glad. I'd rather have seen it all drop at once, but it isn't to be. But at least 7 episodes. I mean, that'll keep us going. That's an evening's box set, and then you sit there and go, roll on. Come on, another month. And then you go, season 5, because you know how it is. Anyway, I'm going to move on to the other half of this video now. Click. This is from, excuse me. This is from Digital Spy. And this is about Season 4, and it's the direction it takes here. So, Stranger Things boss teases the importance of Max in Season 4, because she is the emotional centre of the season. And I think that's probably quite right. I like the character of Max. I know she came to the franchise late, but she's got a great character, and she's very well portrayed. I think this is Sadie Sink who portrays her. I think Sadie Sink has got Max perfect, just enough, what the Americans call the spunk, which is a completely different word over here in England, of course. But she's just got that enough about her, sort of chippiness, we would say in England, and yet she's still a likeable and relatable character. She doesn't put you off, and I think she's a strong character. And I think that, she has the strength that the things will revolve around her. And I think that's where they're going with it. But we'll have a look. So, Netflix Stranger Things is setting up a big moment for one of the show's teen characters. Ahead of the first part of season 4's debuting on Netflix next week, show creators Matt and Ross Duffler and executive producer Sean Levy have revealed that it's Max's time to shine. Max, played by Sadie Sink, joined the show in season 2 along with her brother Billy. Season 3 ended with Billy's death, and the trailers for the 4th season have shown Max struggling to come to terms with the loss. Indeed, yeah, actually the trailer begins with her kneeling by Billy's grave crying. Speaking to IGN, Ross Duffler described Max as the emotional centre of the season, with the brothers wanting to give Sadie something to sink her teeth into. Ha ha. The puns are awful. Anyway, Levy went on to call the season's 4th episode Dear Billy a Sadie anthem, adding that it was the episode they've been waiting to give Sink since the day we've met her. Sink herself described season 4's Max as a little bit closer to where she was in season 2 because she had to have this guard up just from being the new kid. In season 3, she relaxes into something and we can see more of a fun and comfortable version of Max. Indeed, yeah, when they were at Starcourt, her and Eleven, and they're sort of just, despite all the terrible things that are going on, what you're just seeing is 2 young girls going shopping, trying on makeup, trying on clothes, the sort of thing young girls do, you know. And it was like it brought them both out of themselves, and it was real. It was a real thing, and because you make that emotional, investment in the show and in the characters, and so it's nice, and you feel that that's what they would do, you know. It's depth of character really. So in season 3, I've done that. But with season 4, she's reverted back to her old ways. On another extreme, she took it to another level. So in some ways it feels familiar, but it's really just heartbreaking to see. It's almost like the life has been drained out of her. In Stranger Things season 4 trailer, Max is seen levitating and also coming across a mysterious grandfather clock. While not giving too much away, Mac teased that Max shouldn't have seen that clock, adding that it's not a good sign. I'm suspecting the clock is in Robert Englund's house. And if you've seen the trailer, you've seen Robert Englund, who is getting on a lot now. He must be in his 70s, and he doesn't need much makeup. Anyway, Max will also have problems in a relationship with Lucas, who is on a different path in season 4, having joined the basketball team. And as for season's big bad Vecna, Sink teased, we've never seen a villain like this before. It's interesting just how he chooses his next targets and everything, she added. Everything's a lot more personal. And that rounds it. So I'll come up and we will discuss and round off the video. So, 7 days, bigger episodes, darker season. It's all getting good, isn't it? Now, I think we are going to possibly see this season, the last season that we see them as children. Because they are all growing up so much. The suspension of disbelief is just about possible now. But if they wait another year, 2 years, it's going to be obvious that they're not children anymore. And if you actually look at the thumbnail of this, I mean, Millie Bobby Brown and Sadie Sink, they're not girls anymore. They're young women. They're actually fully grown women. And so it's very hard to sort of maintain that beyond one more season, and they have to film that season really quickly. Or alternatively, I think for season 5 they may even go with them as being adults, young adults, but adults. I think that may work as well. But whatever they do, they've really got to sort that out, because they cannot be children. However, this is looking so good. The trailers, the teasers, the little drops that they have in interviews, the on-set photos, everything about this says it's going to be great. Please be good, please be good, please be good, please be good. I'm sure it will be. It's one of the few things that isn't woke, that isn't riddled with identity politics, that's made by Netflix. And it's just great, because they've gone back to the 80s when you didn't have all that crap. And so they just made an 80s show, effectively. and that's why it works. It works on two levels. You've got the old farts like me, people my age, because we grew up. We were those kids. You know, we grew up and would have been that age during those times. I'd have been 16 in 83. Yeah, so I'd have been 16 in 83, 17 in 84, something like that. So young, still technically not quite an adult, but no, not a child. But it was an exciting time. Early 80s were an exciting time to grow up in. So you can have all the nostalgia from the old farts like me, but then you also got the interest from sort of the older millennials, because it was sort of just before they were born, and then you've got the very young now that have come through. I would say the very young. I mean, the ones that when this started, sort of 6 years ago now, 5-6 years ago, they'd have been, let's say, 10, 11, 12 maybe, watching this. So they've grown up. They're hitting the same age that these actors are hitting. And so they have that they can relate to. So it really is sort of multi-generational and scary and spooky and brilliant. So that's why it's so successful. And no woke identity politics. Well done, Netflix. You can do it. You've proved you can do it. Now, if you just keep doing it and making shows that don't have all the wokey, you may save your channel. Get your viewers back. Who knows? Anyway, we'll round this off. I'm excited. You're excited. We're all excited. We've got a week to go. And then we're there. Anyway, round it up. If you like what you're seeing here on the channel, please hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Ring the bell for future notification. Leave a like. Leave a comment. And until next time, stay safe. Stay well. Don't go to the upside down. And goodbye.